Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Back in my father's house, Word of Faith Correctional Center office, sitting here with all of the wonderful, you know, things that make things wonderful today. And what is it that makes things wonderful today? Would it not be? Let's see. I like Apple iPhones. I do. I've gotten used to the Apple iPhone. I have. I also have, at my disposal, uh, an iPad. And there are live streams and there are recorded streams. And this is the live stream being recorded. At the present time, I'm telling you, information is not lacking. Not anymore. If you want to know something, all you got to do is ask. All you got to do would be say the right words. Now, if you want to type in questions, you can get an app. I got one on this phone right here. I do. Wait a minute. Chat GPT. You can see Chat GPT. All I got to do is type in any question, and I can get some kind of an answer, I believe, from Chat GPT. But right now, on YouTube Live, there are a couple of people that that are that really like the Book of John, and as everybody knows, that knows me, knows that I don't give the Book of John very much. No, I just don't give it very much. It's not reputable. As a matter of fact, it's the worst thing you could possibly read if you're wanting to know about in the beginning. Mm. I made it clear. But anyway, there is on Clubhouse, on YouTube right now, besides me being live, uh, 13 above, 13 above is live. Jesus and Paul. Jesus, one God, Christian. It says 15 people are watching, are viewing it now. And I'm going to join in. There are a few more on there now than there were a few minutes ago. There are. And I'm going to join the live
that was
right
there.
here.
So,
and I can turn the volume up and it'll be able to be recorded. You can hear their words. And I will turn the volume up because I want to see. I I know that certain people have been given a link so that they could be live on there. And I may have received the link. I didn't say one way or the other. But there are, I'm going to turn the phone this way where I can look at the live chat. And I don't see anything in the live chat. And Tony just disappeared. And the two people that are on there now, I will turn up the volume for just a minute here, just for the fun of it. I'm not gonna make a long video here today, but just to hear some of what they're saying. I was listening a few minutes ago. Here we go.
From God through His Spirit, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would agree.
So, Vinny, let's go on to just a few more before we go on to the emphasis on Jerusalem and the temple, because all we want to show is the high. Sorry, Alton, did you want to say something?
I think probably just going to be here and
Okay.
going on.
No, I did. I wanted to just pick up on what Gavin was saying there, and I'll tell you because there are two reasons why. There are two reasons, Gavin, why people will hold to this 98 AD. I haven't totally convinced myself that Revelation was written later, was written earlier. I think I really do strongly believe that is probably correct now. There are some things that still confuse me about it, but I'll tell you there are two reasons why, and that is because
I'm not going to be able to stay awake.
Tradition says that it was that. So without studying it, this is what I understood from scholars. Because I say from scholars, this is just what I understood from tradition. This is what.
Well, folks, traditions will mess you up. And reading Genesis will mess you up if you believe a certain portion of Genesis in the first chapter, I believe. I'll look at Genesis, the first chapter here. In Genesis chapter 1, I'm going there now on this screen. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. The Spirit of God, and God is a spirit, therefore God's Spirit was Himself over the surface of the water. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the day light, or the light, He called the light day, and the darkness He called night. There was evening and there was morning one day. Okay, now let's just go a little bit further over and let's read in chapter 2 what might be going on. But God did a lot in chapter 1. And He made man. That's what He did. God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. That was the man. Now, God put the man to sleep and took a portion of his body and made a woman. And God did all this, in 6 days. And He made Adam, or He made the man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living being. And God did some more things. But God did not tell the man to do anything. because there was nothing to be done. But he did tell the man that he could eat, freely in the garden, but there was a tree that he should not eat from, but if he did, he would die. And then God did some more things. And the man said, "This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." And there's a place that some people seem to have, gotten carried away with. In that first chapter, I'm gonna back up there to see exactly where I missed it. Let's see, in verse 17, God had done some things. He placed some things in the heavens to give light on the earth and to govern the day and night. And God, like I said, he saw everything was good. And then it says that God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas and let birds multiply in the sky." And that was on the 5th day. But he hasn't told Abraham to do anything of the such, like, replenish the earth. But God did. It says here that he said, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. And he created them and blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the sky and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And but God never said that to Adam. There's no indication at all in this book of the Bible that would lead you to believe that Adam and Eve had anything to do with what happened to Cain after he had killed his brother. And that's what I'm gonna let this, this is gonna be over with in less than 15 minutes. This live stream that I'm doing. But I just want people to know that you shouldn't read the book of John. That's the portion of the Bible between Luke and Acts, and put any, stock in it. It won't be worth your while to put a whole lot of stock in what you read in the book of John. But you can believe most of what's in Genesis chapter 1. But don't believe the part where it says God told them to do that, because God didn't tell them to do that. That's enough of this. And God's name is not Jesus. But God did give the name Jesus to an angel to give to a woman that married Joseph, the name Jesus, for her baby, her firstborn. And you can find out all you need to know about that in Luke chapters 1 and 2 and 3. And then number 4 begins with Jesus. That should be the first word. Mm-hmm.